Welcome back once again to Frontliner Analysis, and if you are watching us for the first time, please kindly take a second of your time and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Then don't forget to turn on notification bell for more updates daily. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it is now 14 good days since two Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo abducted in Uganda while helping opposition leaders under Bobi Wine's camp to campaign against the government of Museveni ahead of 2026 next general election that will happen in Uganda next year. But until now, there is no single action that the government of President William Ruto and the Minister of Foreign Affairs Mudavadi have taken to make sure that this issue of Kenyan activists abducted in Uganda is being solved once and for all, because as I'm talking to you right now, tears have stormed the family of those two Kenyan activists after receiving a sad news from Uganda, whereby Nicholas Oyo and Bob Njagi is being reported missing in Uganda after being abducted this month on 1st October. Then Ugandan court have ordered government of Uganda to produce two missing Kenyans. Secondly, Martha Karua and Kenyan activists have threatened Thursday protest over abduction that happened 14 days ago against two Kenyan activists. Fourthly, human rights in the Republic of Kenya are now demanding action from Kenyan authorities on whereabouts of two activists that are still missing in Uganda and also in Kenya, where nobody knows where these people were taken after being abducted. But at first, we were told that after that abduction happened, they were taken to Ugandan police station. But right now, it is now being twisted that those people are not yet under Ugandan police station. And before we proceed with this analysis, allow me to play for you this clip of the video so that you can get more information of what is happening behind two Kenyan activists that were abducted in Uganda 14 days ago. And before you watch the video, ensure that you like our videos. When you like the video, you automatically shows your support on what we are doing on this platform. Thank you so much for that support of the like, and you can watch the video.
The High Court in Uganda has ordered the Ugandan government to produce Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo within 7 days. The two were abducted by suspected security officers in Kampala, Uganda, 2 weeks ago. The orders by Justice Simon Peter Kinobe, who presided over a habeas corpus case filed by two Ugandan lawyers, came even as People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua demanded action from President William Ruto. Activists now say they will lead demonstrations across the country to pressure government to act to save the two. Gatete Njoroge reports.
14 days after the abduction in Kampala, Uganda, there is still no word on the whereabouts of activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo. This is despite mounting pressure from their families and human rights organizations demanding their release. Uganda's High Court on Tuesday directed the Ugandan government to produce the two, whether dead or alive, within 7 days. The decision followed a habeas corpus case filed by two Ugandan lawyers representing the two. Uganda Police Force last week denied the abduction allegations, saying there were no formal reports of their kidnapping. Back in Nairobi, People's Liberation Party leader Martha Karua joined activists in a press conference to demand for action from the Kenya Kwanza government.
How is one William Ruto, the head of the Jumuiya, yet he allows his citizens to be mistreated by other heads of state? It means he is colluding. He is selling us short. And I want to tell the three heads of state of Kenya, Uganda, Tanzania, the Jumuiya was not about you protecting yourselves from criticism by your citizens.
Kenya and Uganda cannot claim to uphold democracy while engaging in abductions and secret detention. Let it be clearly understood, silence in the face of injustice is complicity. The time to act is now.
With a loud silence from the government, the activists say they will resort to seeking justice through street protests until both governments act on their demands.
This Thursday, 16th October, citizens, human rights defenders will take to the street across the country to demand the immediate and unconditional release of Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo.
And we are telling the KK administration, style up. It is time to act. And if they don't act, then the public will have to act in whatever way they know.
The PLP leader has called for resignation of Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi and his Principal Secretary Korir Sing'oei over the matter.
Why should they continue to draw salaries if they're not doing the work they are paid to do? Why take money for work not done?
With their abduction coming months after detention and torture of activist Boniface Mwangi and Agatha Atuhaire in Tanzania, activists have appealed to East Africans to stand up in one voice and condemn cross-border abductions and government excesses. Gatete Njoroge, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
So that is how things are now boiling nicely amid two Kenyan activists, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo, that was abducted 14 days ago this month on 1st October, where until now they are missing. But let me tell you something. There is something that is not adding up behind this abduction, because how comes these people was abducted early this month on 1st October in Uganda, inside a petrol station while fueling Bobi Wine's vehicle, because they were invited with the opposition leaders of Uganda to go and help them to campaign ahead of 2026 next general election that will happen in Uganda, where I don't know. In fact, Bobi Wine should also address this issue so that Kenyans can also understand what happened, because these people were his visitors, Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo. But there is something that I'm not understanding, my fellow Kenyans. This is it. This is the issue this is the issue. Maybe it can be true that these people were abducted in Uganda, then get lost. That one can happen, that they are missing the way we are receiving the information from Ugandan news. But on the other hand, it might be another trick of getting money from human rights in the Republic of Kenya amid that allegation of abduction, because it was recorded. When they were being abducted by unidentified people from Ugandan country, those people were well recorded, whereby they can't told us that they don't know where these people are. There is a serious game that is being played within two Kenyan activists that was abducted in Uganda, because later on their phones were switched off. Many things that they were having were taken, but until now, nobody knows the information amid this missing two Kenyan activists. And you need to understand that the challenges that Kenyans are also facing are the same to some of the challenges that Ugandans are also facing. And this one is happening because of policy. Do you know that even in Uganda, on the other hand, Museveni is not a bad president? Why? The policy that are being followed in Uganda is the problem. Nobody should lie to you that Museveni is bad 80%. No. The policy that the citizens of Uganda are using to follow is the reason why the citizens of Uganda are facing different challenges under the government of Yoweri Museveni. Because even if Bobi Wine can be voted and sworn in as the as the second president of Uganda or third president, then those same challenges will be there because of policies that the people of Uganda always followed. And before we finalize this analysis, let me give you another quick update. In our neighboring country of Tanzania, this is what is happening. In Tanzania, Humphrey Polepole, a former diplomat, was abducted and disappeared. Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyo were also abducted in Uganda. They remain missing until now. That is Bob Njagi, Nicholas Oyo, and Humphrey Polepole. They are missing until now, and nobody knows whether they are dead or alive. Then, sorry, let me read for you something here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Then, Sam Mugumya and Sam and Nusubuga are the latest Ugandans to be abducted and disappeared in Uganda. Abductees always face sexual violence and torture, found dead or go missing forever. That is what always happens, even here in Kenya. It is true. It is something that is happening in Africa, whereby after the abduction, it's either you are being get alive or dead or missing forever. That is how things are now happening in Africa, where I think that this one is a red alert. And I don't know, it was not bad. They did a good thing by going to help their neighbors to campaign. But you need to understand that that is other country. That country has their own constitution. Here in Kenya, we have our own constitution, and and the constitution of Kenya does not allow us to cross the border to campaign, to protest in other country. It is just about few months when Martha Karua was deported from Tanzania here to Kenya. Same to Boniface Mwangi together with other Kenyan activists that crossed the border to go and protest in Tanzania, thinking that it will be business as usual for them, the way things always happened in the Republic of Kenya. Museveni is not William Samoei Ruto. Mama Samia Suluhu is also not President William Samoei Ruto. So sometimes let us remain with our anger here in Kenya and continue criticizing the government of William Samoei Ruto so that we can make the government accountable to deliver on how they promise us whenever they were campaigning during the last general election in 2022. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you in the next video. Bye bye. And imagine 5.8% are our 5.8 of our viewers on this platform came from Uganda. Then 71% are from Kenya. Then 5.8 are from United States of America. Thank you so much, the viewers of this platform, for your greatest support that you always showed me on this platform each and every day whenever I publish new videos. Thank you so much, and may God bless you. See you in the next video. Bye bye.